In today's video, I will explain how to enable and disable objects in Unity using an orthographic camera. Today's tutorial will be a little strange because the script itself is very short, the prerequisites, however, are quite long. I'm going to list all of them out now, so please pay attention. First, you need to create an empty game object. Make sure the rotation is set to 0 and the scale is set to 1. Make sure you tag this object as a respawn. Make sure it has a box collider 2D. And select is trigger. Then you need to put whatever game objects you want inside the load box. Then you need to scale the box collider so that it's slightly wider and taller than all of the objects inside the load box. Finally, you need to disable the objects. Yeah, that's right, you need to disable them before you play the scene. Now we move on to the camera. You need a camera, which is orthographic, which has a rigid body 2D and a box collider 2D. The rigid body needs to be kinematic. Make sure to enable full kinematic contact, select continuous and never sleep. Make sure the box collider is set to a trigger. Then you need to add the calculate camera box script from my previous tutorial. This makes the box collider fit into the exact shape of the camera. If you haven't watched that video, I'll have a link below in the description so you can make this script. Now, this step is optional. If you have your own camera follow script, that's fine, but if you don't, you will need the camera follow script from yesterday's tutorial. I'll have a link below in the description that teaches you how to make this script. If you are going to use this script, then you will also need the following: an object named player that the camera will follow, and at least one empty game object tagged as boundary. Make sure the rotation is set to 0 and the scale is set to 1. It also needs to have a box collider 2D set as a trigger. This boundary is the space in which the camera is allowed to move, so just make sure to scale it up a bit so that the camera can actually reach the load box. Now, after all of that, you can attach the Object Manager script to the camera, which, as you can see, is a very short script. So we use onTrigger enter 2D, and if the camera has entered an object tagged as respawn, we use a for loop to enable all of the child objects. Then we use onTrigger exit 2D to disable the child objects when the camera exits the load box. So just pause the video right here and type this out. Now the beauty of this is that you can put anything inside this load box. Anything. You can put graphical assets, enemies, bosses, audio objects, anything. And this will really help out with the performance of your game, especially if you're making a mobile game. But I mean, even if you're making a game for PC like I am, it's still important to have object management because not everyone has a Ryzen 7 and a massive GPU. There's a lot of people playing on laptops with integrated graphics, and I definitely think that all 2D games should be optimized to run on low-end machines like my half-broken potato laptop. Now tomorrow at 7 AM I will upload my final camera tutorial about how to implement screen shakes. So if you don't want to miss that video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell and select all. If you found this video helpful and you want to show some support, please check out my video game called Balkadia. The game is still in development, but it now has a playable demo on Steam, so if you like it, please wishlist my video game.